Oh, nice timing. Hi, I'm Jake.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and squeaky,
Yeah, it was
squeaky.
right when I pressed the button. So that's okay. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're gonna do some Bible things. You guys like Bible things, right?
I love them. Thank you for asking.
I'm so glad that you like it. Um, Today's episode and the next episode of this is gonna be one page, but the whole thing, because we got meaty stuff here, real meaty stuff, like a fall off the bone ribs, baby back ribs. I don't know. What's your favorite bony meat? Don't say. What's your favorite bony meat?
What
What's your
what
favorite
kind of
one?
what are bony meats?
Meats with bones.
Meat with I mean,
Meats with
oh god,
bones.
I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Probably chicken legs.
Chicken legs, not chicken wing.
I'm more of I enjoy dark meat more than
Based. So, the parable of the workers in the vineyard is what we're going to discuss today, as well as Jesus predicting his own death, which isn't as impressive as you might think it is. We're all headed that way. So,
Also, it helps when you write the prediction after the person's dead and you just
does.
pretend they said it.
Yeah.
So.
yeah. So, we're also doing this a day before the inauguration. So, if anything crazy happens, we are blind to it.
Can I just point out? Okay,
Which is pretty cool.
In the Ask Hannah we did prior to January 6th.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You were like,
we said, oh boy, I hope we don't have a national tragedy on the 6th.
it wasn't really a tragedy.
Lo and behold, it
was a national thing.
It was a national embarrassment. Let's say that.
Well, I wasn't embarrassed. I was,
So-
but they should be. Oh, you have a gavel. Look at that.
This time, I'm gonna rule
Are we in session?
that we should not say anything about the inauguration, and then maybe we'll be fine. Okay? We've done our part.
We've done our part. So, to the Bible. Ow. My elbow just cracked. Okay. I guess Jesus is talking. Just, literally for no reason. Okay. All right. He just starts talking. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner. I almost said lawnmower. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay them denarius for the day and sent them into his vineyard. About 9 in the morning he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He told them, "You also go work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right." So they went. He's too bougie to know what is right. He just goes, whatever that is.
I appreciate that day laborers were still a thing back in the day. He's
yeah.
He doesn't want to hire actual farm hands. What's up with this ancient biblical gig economy? Come on.
Yeah, the marketplace is just, those are Home Depots now.
You don't want to give health care to your workers, which at the time would probably just be poultices. You don't want to provide a poultice to your workers.
Which is just like a gritty paste that you just do with stuff.
You put like it on,
you just
and
put
then
it on there,
and you wrap it over it.
But for what reason? It's not preventative. It's only reaction. Anyway, he went out again about noon and 3 in the afternoon and did the same. Wow, he needs a lot of labor. About 5 in the afternoon, he went out. That's evening. Don't call it 5 in the afternoon. Bible, come on. Even in the summertime, that's nighttime. All right.
I'm more frustrated. Okay, wouldn't it have been, and we find out later, spoilers for the parable, he pays them all equally anyway, so he should have just gotten more workers at the beginning of the day. Right. It would have been more efficient, and they would have been doing more labor for him. He's just really bad at organizing.
He pays them a flat rate, like a libertarian tax?
He pays them all a flat rate, whether they've been there since whatever time in the morning, or whether they come at 5 in the afternoon.
That's bullshit. You hang out at 5 p.m. That's when you know you're gonna get the best rates per hour. Okay, okay. So we went out at 5, and still others were around. Have you been standing here all day doing nothing? And the guy goes, "Yeah, no one hired us." And he goes, "Well, all right, come work in my vineyard." He goes, "Okay." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, who Why are you delegating foreman stuff and not going to Home Depot for day laborers stuff?
He likes to go be selective. It's like finding a nice wine, right? You gotta look at the label.
It's nothing like that.
You gotta look at the vintage.
Those are human
and
people that don't have labels.
You gotta sniff it. Although it's in a bottle. So.
Based on how you're holding that, you were sniffing the bottom of the bottle though. Because you went like this, looked at the label, and then went like that and sniffed it.
You gotta sniff from the bottom. That's where all the scent is.
That's
stored.
where they keep it. That's well known. You can tell that you partake in the wine drinking very often.
Okay, I've had wine, multiple times in my life.
Sure.
One time, my ex and I bought a boxed wine.
Oh, and little Frisia.
And we drank all of it in one night, and we both got so sick.
Yeah, it's boxed wine.
We probably drank 2,000 calories each of that wine. That was terrible.
That's how you do it.
Okay. Wine can be quite good. I've had really, really amazing wine. I had kosher wine one time that tasted just like Concord grape juice. It was amazing.
That's not what good wine is, but that's fine that you like that.
The best wine is the wine that doesn't taste like wine. Okay,
so there's I know what you're talking about. You don't like you don't like the winey dry wines. It's fine. Fruity wines are valid, but it's not. Don't call it good wine. Now I have had the bougie ass wine before, and I'm not a big wino either. It's kind of a taste profile that has escaped the Midwest.
Sure.
We like meaty sauces and stuff like that. This is covered in cheese. Oh! And wine is not. Wine is more of a delicate thing. But I have had wine that was in the hundreds of dollars per bottle range before, served to me at super good restaurants, and I do have to say, if that's what you're drinking, holy shit is that stuff good. It is so way overpriced, but oh my goodness. That is...
I don't think I've ever had wine that expensive. I think I've topped out at like $40 or $50 a bottle ever.
I mean, even those sometimes...
That was for a special occasion.
Yeah. I'd rather have... If I'm going to fuck with some wine, just give me something cheap and fruity and maybe sparkling. I'm fine with that. But
there's some all right Michigan local-ish wines.
There's a really good... There's a Cherry Republic makes really good wine too. But it's, super sweet and cherry-y. I should get some for Christmas next year. So we can all enjoy
I don't drink anymore because I have impulse control issues.
Well, you can't get fucking hammered at my house when I only give you one. What are you gonna do?
Still don't think that's probably a good idea for me, but
well, sure. We'll see how you feel next Christmas. So, after some bougie wine in his vineyard, he says to the foreman, "Hey, call the workers so I can pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and going on to the first." Mostly probably so that they don't, like, the trickle down of how they speak doesn't get to the first guys first to know how fucking ripped off they've gotten. Remember when we started at McDonald's? No, you started after me. So when I started at McDonald's, it was right before, this is how old we are. This is right before they increased the minimum wage to like $7.10 or something.
Yeah.
And so I started at...
Wasn't it like $5 before that?
Something. Well, it was incremental, but yeah, it was $5. Yeah. It was like $5.50, and then it was incremental. But anyway, I got it 2 months in advance because I didn't want to change my payroll after it came up again. So for 2 months, I was making 20 more cents an hour than everybody else there, and word got out, and they were pissed off.
Yeah,
but at me, which was not right.
It's not your fault, but it's right. I'd understand their frustration.
Yeah, I do too. I was like, that's fucked up. Why don't you just anyway? Fucking, that was when double cheeseburgers were $1.
I missed that. McDouble, and don't come to me with your McDouble bullshit. Okay, I need that second slice of cheese. Okay. My arteries will not clog if I don't have the second slice of cheese. And even McDoubles, I don't even think are $1 anymore. It's a ripoff.
I think they're more now, yeah. We can't raise minimum wage, though, because then prices will go up.
I will pay $3 more for your shitty grease trap cheeseburger if your employees get paid a more fair wage.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Absolutely. He's talking to the workers. The workers who were hired about 5 in the afternoon came and each received a denarius. So when those who were hired first, they expected to receive more. But each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner, as they should. Fuck this guy. These who were hired last worked only 1 hour, and they said, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the work in the heat of the day. Valid concerns. But he answered one of them, I am not going to be unfair to you, friend. Didn't you agree to work for a denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give the one who was hired the last the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do with what I want with my money, or are you envious because I am generous? So the last will be the first, and the first will be the last. Sounds to me like Jesus is not based, and these motherfuckers need to collectively bargain, because fuck this guy.
Maybe tomorrow we'll show up at the place to get day laborers, and they'll be like, we are all actually a group now. Either you hire us all and pay us the same, or we're not going to go with you.
This guy, there's a reason he's not mentioned again, because his vineyard just fucking wilted and went away because he's a cunt. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck this guy. That irritates the shit out of me. By the way, that's the end of the parable. There's no lesson here except for it's supposed to be about heaven.
Yeah.
But it's stupid.
I think the idea being, if I had to guess, I don't remember this story from actual Christian school, so I don't remember what they said the message was. I don't know. It feels a little bit to me like, hey, it doesn't matter when you come to Jesus or whatever.
Just that you do.
Just that you do. Yeah.
So do it at the end is the fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Live your life how you want until at the end Pascal's wager the shit, yeah.
Sure. Hope if you get hit by a car, you get Kevin Sorbo and you get 5 seconds, so the Pure Flix guy can come be like, all right, now's the time.
I forgot he got hit by a car in that movie.
I showed Baja God's Not Dead for the first time a couple weeks ago. It was miserable. Surprise.
Not a good movie.
Oh man, I'm so sad. So the video store chain that's the only one still in existence,
closed,
Family Video closed, but I was able to go there on the last day because I have a lot of nostalgia for video stores. That one in particular.
Get your Blu-rays.
I was wearing a mask and social distancing for anyone who's curious. But I got to walk around and I bought some movies, and one of the movies that I did buy in their closeout sale was, in fact, a Blu-ray of God's Not Dead for $3. So
yeah, it deserves a place in our homes.
Yeah. I almost bought. This is again complete tangent. You ever have that movie where as a kid at the video store you saw the cover all the time, but you never actually watched it?
Ooh.
But you saw the cover and you're like, "That's interesting."
But never actually pulled the trigger. I'm a trigger pulling type of guy.
Especially if it was you were a kid and you were too young to rent that particular movie. It was a horror movie with a cover.
I don't know.
I'm
sure there was.
For me, that movie was American Psycho 2.
Oh,
it has Mila Kunis on the cover with and at that point I'd never seen American Psycho 1 even, so I didn't know about American Psycho. I love American Psycho now because I'm an adult and I've seen the movie, but it was American Psycho 2. And when I was there on the last day of the video store being open, there on the shelf for sale was American Psycho 2. And I almost bought it.
Wait, you didn't buy it?
No, just as
it's
the joke.
$3.
But I think it was $2. But American Psycho 2 is really, really bad, and I don't want to own it.
That was a missed opportunity. That to close a chapter on your life right there. That was a missed opportunity. That will forever haunt you.
And you know what's even?
Rightly so.
I've never been to the back room of a video store. I've never been to the porn section.
Who buys porn though?
I couldn't even pull the trigger out of curiosity to go into the back room on the last day.
I've been there before with our friend Ryan.
Yeah.
We walked in there before. And doesn't do it for me. Who buys DVDs of porn though? Like that what's the Is it? Because
it's like the same people. Okay, the kind of person who buys porn on DVD or Blu-ray is the kind of person that has a survivalist bunker and buys 12 years worth of beans. Okay, you just what if everything?
Well, this
goes
is
to
renting
shit?
though. This is different.
Are you gonna go back? I'm saying buy though. Like, are you?
Sure,
gonna,
yeah, no. You need if
shit
part
hits
of survival.
the fan and society collapses and the internet no longer exists,
right.
Are you gonna go back to just jerking it in your imagination?
Wow, there's
are you
really
just gonna go back to
yeah.
to like when you're a preteen teenager and you're gonna go into your wank mind palace and try and summon something? No,
you're right.
You're used to that HD shit, okay?
There's egg on my face now. Of course, I'm very embarrassed that I haven't thought of this FAP contingency. You're right.
You gotta get your Scooby-Doo porn parody. You gotta buy it in physical medium.
Hey, anyone who dresses up like Velma is on the list for me. I don't know why. When they designed the character of Velma, they didn't do it without fucking involved in their brain, right? Velma's the hot one.
I don't think it was.
If you wanna fuck Fred, Shaggy, Daphne, or Scooby more than Velma, you're wrong.
I feel like there are other issues if you want to fuck Scooby, but okay.
You're a furry. Jesus predicts his death the third time.
Furries are into anthropomorphic.
And
Scooby is not anthropomorphic even. He's just a dog.
Scooby's definitely anthropomorphic. He can talk.
He looks like a dog, though.
Yeah.
His voice is anthropomorphic. I would argue he is not because his body is still a dog body.
But technically, and before we move on to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Scooby can consent. And that's true. And you know it is. Now, Jesus was going up to Jerusalem. I tried to move on. You won't let me.
I'm trying. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. We're out of
Zoinks, Scoob! Shaggy. Hey, man, you want a Scooby fap? Yeah, Raggy. Scooby,
Scooby snack. Okay. We're disgusting, and I hate
rub my belly, Raggy. Anyway. Now, Jesus was going up to Jerusalem. On the way, he took the 12 aside and said to them, "It's so ominous. We are going up to Jerusalem." I like that he was already on the way, and they're like, "Where are we going, bro?" He's like, "I'm not telling." And then he got halfway there. He's like, "Okay, here's where we're going. We're going to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man, who is me," so I'm talking in the third person, "will be delivered over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law. They will condemn him, me, to death, and will hand him, me, over to the Gentiles, to be mocked and flogged and crucified. On the third day, he, who is myself, will be raised to life."
That's the end of that section,
yeah.
And I find it so funny because it feels like an afterthought. Like they had this whole section, and they're like, shit, Jesus is going to get crucified soon. We should probably have him mention that, so it's like prophetic to sort of, enshrine his martyrdom, so it's not just he got killed by the Romans and the Pharisees. He needs to predict it. So they just insert like, oh, and they were traveling to Jerusalem, and Jesus, without prompting, looked to his friends and said, "They're about to kill me on a cross."
You know what would be way more impressive than that is if in Matthew 17, or Matthew chapter 20, verse 17, Jesus said, "We're going up to Jerusalem, and let me tell you something. Technically, Scooby-Doo can consent."
I mean, this episode feels like classic TBR. Yeah. This is going back to our roots.
Where's the lie, though? But honestly, that made me...
This is like season 1 TBR, except I have boobs.
There we go. That's basically. I don't know. That's before Scooby-Doo even came out too. So I mean, like, you know.
Remember when we used to separate TBR into seasons? We've been on, I think, season 2 since 2013.
That's okay. That's all right. Season 2 will end when the Space Jam review comes out. And then we'll do season 3.
Oh, remember, it used to be seasons because we would take breaks. We took like
what's that?
We took like a 2-month break between stuff.
Yeah, because we didn't rely on it for money, and then YouTube was like, you have to do it all the time forever, and everything's gonna fail. It's like,
it's fine. We're trapped in these people's computer monitors and smart TVs for the rest of time. We were in a Twilight Zone episode.
I think that's the way they prefer it, to be totally honest.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The real world is scary anyway.
People sleep to our voices.
Oh.
There have been people...
Wake up!
It's like the video I sent you today.
That'll teach you.
Did you watch any of that?
Any of what?
The video I sent you on WhatsApp when you were sleeping? Well, I don't know.
Wait, which one was it?
I sent you Chop Suey. Chop Suey, but Surge says wake up for an hour.
No, I didn't see it.
It does the intro, and then he goes, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake, just for an hour. Anyway, yeah, because for once I woke up first, so obviously tomorrow I won't.
The first time in human history, I think that's happened. I guess depending on when you decide earliest. If you wake up at 3 a.m. because you've been sleeping all day, I guess that counts as...
I did fall asleep early last night, much earlier than I wanted to, but I was just fucking lethargic. Anyway, that's literally the end of this. We're gonna do another one next time. A mother's request. I don't know what she's requesting. Something about a cup. And then 2 blind men receive sight. Pretty spoilery, if you ask me. So we'll talk about that next time. How old's Scrappy though? Because I don't think he can.
No,
I don't think he can.
No.
I think
you ever think
though he can communicate, I don't think he's of age. So
the van, I think, is owned by Shaggy. So do
van.
Do you think the mystery machine, like Fred and Velma and them, ever come and open the door and it just reeks of dog cum and sandwiches in there? Those cartoony sandwiches that are like super big
with the olive on top.
Yeah, that and dog cum.